Hello, fellow Voyagers. Jess here with Odyssey Human, here today to talk about manifesting the paranormal, how I went cold turkey, and how you can too if this is something you're experiencing. Welcome to Odyssey Human. This is the channel where we help you hack through the jungles of your own consciousness so that you can discover the hidden treasures inside of you. My new tagline. Hope you like it. So subscribe if that sounds good to you. We'd love to have you. Again, we're on location in Charleston, so enjoy the change of scenery while it's happening. And I thought today we could talk about manifesting and the paranormal, because these are two topics that I don't typically hear a lot of manifesting coaches speaking about on their channels, and these are things that I love to talk about, so let's dive into them. And I want to give you some examples of going cold turkey on something and the importance of, how we do that and how we can do it easily. So I'll touch on that at the end of the video, so make sure you watch all the way to the end. So I started experiencing paranormal phenomenon at a very, very young age. We lived in a farmhouse and it was way off the roads. We were just in this dark forest in the middle of nowhere. And these experiences were never pleasant. As a kid, when you're a young kid, I was around 7 or 8. They were just always tinged with fear. I had a lot of fear around them. And to give you an example of the kind of things I was experiencing, if you've ever seen the movie Legend with Tim Curry as this giant kind of devil creature, this is a movie from the 80s with Tom Cruise and a unicorn. It's a fantasy movie, but Tim Curry plays this devil, and he's giant. He's got like these cloven hooves, these giant horns coming out of his head. And I remember waking up one night in the middle of the night in the farmhouse and projected onto my wall, because I had a little nightlight, and it would cast shadows on the things in my room. And in the shadows on the wall was the outline of that shape of like this giant horned creature that looked, all I could see was the shadow, but it was terrifying, and it was just standing there. And as a kid, you get used to the same shadows every night, and it was just there. And I just remember pulling the covers over my head and just feeling completely terrorized by whatever this thing was, that knowing that I couldn't see it, but I could see its shadow on the wall. It's giving me chills right now as I'm talking about it. So these were not pleasant experiences. That's the whole point and I continued as I, got older into my 20s and 30s, having to do more and more rituals to protect myself, having to sometimes sleep with candles burning in my room, seeing, and I don't recommend this because, it's not really safe from a fire safety perspective, but, having to smudge and you do a lot of things where I just didn't feel safe, and having to protect myself from shadow people, from, I've had experiences where I wake up, it's usually around bedtime, which is really doubly concerning because, you want to feel safe when you sleep. And so to wake up to a shadow person standing over you, or to be half awake and feel something sitting on your bed, the tension of the covers. And so things like that really, really just didn't make me feel safe, and really reinforced this idea that there was something outside of me that was causing me a lot of fear, and I couldn't control these experiences, right? And I went on to have, spontaneous episodes of mediumship, of clairvoyance, of precognition, of all of these things. I've pretty much experienced every flavor of paranormal a human can. And so what happened, and it really got bad. I mean, there were points in my life where, I was experiencing it was such a high frequency that, again, I felt very terrorized by it, and victimized by it, and fearful, and antagonized. And until I embraced manifesting, when I got into manifesting, I really jumped into the idea that I was a creator. And I had this kind of instant recognition that I was generating all of this inside my own consciousness, right? And instantly everything stopped. instantly. Like there was a very clear division between, you know, me before manifesting what I was experiencing in a paranormal sense and from me after. And when I was like, wow, really? I'm the creator. This is all coming through me like a dream. Oh, oh, okay. I mean, it was like, I did literally go cold turkey on the paranormal stuff. And, you know, I was really fascinated by it. I would watch a lot of paranormal shows and really indulge myself in it. And so, but the difference, you know, I never experienced anything after that again. Like all of that activity just stopped cold turkey. And the point I want to make and why I'm bringing up paranormal stuff is because it is true that we live in a belief responsive hologram, just like a nighttime dream. You know, our 3D reality is responding and shaping itself and being filtered through whatever our beliefs are. And so don't underestimate the power of stopping believing in something. Because I think, you know, a lot in this community, there's talking about, you know, believe in this, and working our way into beliefs. But there is equal power in when you stop believing in something. This is what happened with me in the paranormal. When I stopped believing that it was something outside of me terrorizing me, it literally, like, I went cold turkey. And this is not the first time this has happened to me in coming to manifesting, of dropping beliefs so fast that I never experienced the same reality again. I literally jumped realities. This happened to me with being HSP, a highly sensitive person, and empathy. I directly remember the day that I recognized that, hey, maybe empathy, you know, being really empathetic and absorbing other people's emotions, you know, maybe I'm just creating all of this in my own consciousness. And I literally, again, where I had a lot of problems with, you know, absorbing people's emotions and being able to feel what they were feeling and taking it on and then not being able to release from it. I literally, in a day's time, I was just like, I don't believe in this anymore. I don't believe this is what's happening. I think it's coming through my consciousness. And again, I dropped that cold turkey. So don't underestimate, you know, I think it's sometimes easier to drop beliefs. And again, this could be a limiting belief. So take it with a grain of salt. This is just what I found, is that it's sometimes just as easy, you know, to drop a belief than it is to form a new one. So think about, you know, the things that maybe you're believing in right now that carry a lot of emotion, that you can just be like, I don't believe in that anymore. I don't believe in that anymore. Because it is kind of, when we drop beliefs, it's like with Santa Claus. We're told like, oh, Santa Claus isn't a real thing. Oh, it's hard to go back. It's easy to drop. I think it's really easy to drop beliefs. So try it. See what areas of your life, as a manifester, as someone who is, whose experience is coming through your own consciousness, see what areas of your life you can play with by dropping beliefs. It's really powerful. And yeah, drop a comment below. Let me know what you thought. I'm happy to engage with you. Thanks for watching and have a great day.